Walmart, the world's largest retailer, is issuing a new warning today.
Walmart now saying it must raise prices to deal with the cost of tariffs.
And Trump, a short time ago, telling Walmart that the company should, I'm quoting now, eat the cost, end quote, of higher tariffs. The comments come after the retail giant said this week that it would raise prices because of Trump's tariffs being too high.
A retail storm is brewing in America as President Donald Trump slams Walmart, the nation's largest retailer, over rising prices on everyday essentials. This explosive clash is shaking both Wall Street and Main Street, ignited by a new round of tariffs set to take effect under Trump's 2025 economic agenda. Walmart has fired the first warning shot, announcing significant price hikes on key imports like coffee, shoes, and electronics, squarely placing the blame on the White House's trade policy. But this isn't just a policy dispute. It's a fierce power struggle between the Oval Office and corporate America, one that threatens to drain the wallets of ordinary consumers. But here's the burning question. Should giant retailers like Walmart absorb the blow, or is the real cost being dumped onto everyday Americans? Before we dive deep into the chaos unfolding between the White House and Walmart, make sure to subscribe to the African Web, where we break down major stories like this from global angles that matter.
President Trump has an ominous warning for Walmart. I'll be watching. The president raged at the world's largest retailer on Truth Social this weekend after Walmart announced it would be raising its prices in light of Trump's tariffs.
Never one to back down from confrontation, President Trump has fired back with full force. In a televised speech and several fiery Truth Social posts, Trump accused Walmart of exploiting the tariff situation to unfairly raise prices. Walmart can afford it. They make billions. They should be helping the American people, not punishing them, he declared. Trump's position is clear. He believes Walmart is deflecting blame for corporate greed by pointing fingers at his tariff policy. According to him, the tariffs are about putting America first and forcing global suppliers, especially in China, to play fair. But critics argue that this stance ignores the supply chain dynamics and slim retail profit margins. Trump's aggressive tone has rallied his base, but it's also drawing criticism from unexpected corners, including the very voter segments that carried him into office. Inside Walmart, the message is different and far more sobering. According to company executives, the decision to raise prices wasn't made lightly. With billions in sales but narrow profit margins, Walmart claims it can no longer shoulder the weight of increased import taxes. A senior Walmart spokesperson explained that attempting to absorb the cost would cripple their ability to compete, especially against online giants and smaller discount chains. This isn't just a numbers game. Internal financial reports reveal that even a 2 to 3% increase in import duties can slash millions from their quarterly profits. For a company that operates on volume and thin pricing models, these tariffs are not a minor annoyance. They are an existential threat. With costs rising across logistics, storage, and labor, executives insist the pricing changes are not optional. They are a necessity. And consumers are already feeling the sting. Back-to-school shopping lists are now shorter. Electronics are suddenly out of reach for many working-class families. Parents are making heartbreaking choices. Do they buy new sneakers for their children or refill the pantry? In interviews across several US states, shoppers shared stories of having to cut down weekly grocery bills, substitute quality items for cheaper alternatives, or delay purchasing basic household goods. One mother in Ohio said, "I've never had to think twice about buying school supplies before. Now I have to plan every dollar." Another shopper in Texas added, "We used to buy the better brand of coffee. Now we're skipping it altogether." These are not isolated stories. They reflect a growing national trend of economic anxiety, sparked by policies that were supposed to bring strength but are, in many cases, bringing sacrifice. The political backlash has been swift, and from quarters Trump might not have expected. Working-class communities, once his most loyal supporters, are starting to voice concerns. Many are asking why a policy intended to target foreign producers is instead affecting American families at the checkout line. Several Republican lawmakers have cautiously broken ranks, urging the administration to consider the downstream effects of such tariffs. The stock market has also reacted sharply. Walmart shares dropped 3.2% after the announcement, dragging other major retailers down with it. Analysts are now predicting that more retail giants may follow Walmart's lead, with companies like Target and Costco quietly preparing for their own price adjustments. This escalating situation is becoming not just a retail issue, but a political powder keg. Economists have started to weigh in, and their warnings are stark. A new report from Yale University estimates that the average American household could lose up to $2,800 in purchasing power annually if the current tariff trajectory continues. This is not a theoretical loss. It means fewer groceries, deferred medical treatments, and reduced savings for millions. The ripple effects extend beyond immediate prices. Tariffs create inflationary pressures, disrupt supply chains, and force businesses into reactive pricing strategies. Experts are now openly questioning whether the tariffs are hurting the very people they were meant to protect. With inflation still a lingering threat and wages not rising fast enough to compensate, the cumulative pressure is threatening to erode consumer confidence and economic stability. International observers are also watching closely. European and Asian media outlets have criticized Trump's handling of the Walmart dispute, calling it a clash of ego over economics. Several multinational corporations are now reconsidering their investments in the US, worried that political volatility may make long-term planning impossible. Business leaders warn that this kind of presidential intervention in retail pricing could undermine investor confidence and signal an unpredictable regulatory climate. With consumer behavior shifting and companies tightening budgets, the long-term consequences could stretch well beyond Walmart. There is a growing fear that this is not just a domestic policy error, but a signal of larger instability in the world's largest economy. The clash between President Trump and Walmart is more than a dispute over pricing. It's a reflection of deeper tensions within the US economy. As the tariffs begin to take effect, retailers are being forced to make tough decisions, and consumers are feeling the consequences in real time. While Trump pushes his America First agenda, insisting that companies absorb the costs, major corporations like Walmart argue that doing so is unsustainable. The result? A growing divide between political rhetoric and economic reality. Families are tightening budgets, shoppers are adjusting lifestyles, and economists are sounding alarms. What started as a policy to pressure foreign trade partners has now become a domestic crisis, affecting the daily lives of millions of Americans. Meanwhile, the rest of the world is watching closely, wondering what this means for US economic leadership and global market confidence. So what do you think? Should Trump back down, or is Walmart using tariffs as an excuse to raise prices? Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications right here on the African Web. Stay informed as we bring you more breaking stories shaping global politics and economics.